The film Aida, with its episode titled Al Coronel no Hay, Quien le fría, is a vivid exploration of authority, tradition, and the quirks of human nature, wrapped in a tapestry of humor and subtle social commentary. From the very first scene, the audience is plunged into a world where hierarchical structures coexist with absurdity and where the titular colonel is both a figure of respect and of ridicule. The opening sequence, which depicts the colonel in his study, surrounded by shelves of meticulously arranged papers, immediately establishes his obsession with order and control. Yet the camera lingers on small details, such as a crooked picture frame or a teacup precariously balanced on the edge of his desk, signaling to the viewer that the semblance of authority is fragile and prone to collapse. The contrast between the colonel's stern demeanor and the chaotic reality around him is a recurring motif, reflecting a broader commentary on the human desire to impose structure in an inherently unpredictable world. As the plot unfolds, Aida herself emerges as a counterpoint to the colonel's rigidity. Her presence brings warmth, curiosity, and a subtle challenge to the status quo, particularly in the scene where she intervenes during one of the colonel's infamous lectures. While he drones on about protocol and discipline, Aida's quiet gestures and witty remarks expose the absurdity of certain rules, prompting both the colonel and those around him to reconsider the value of blind adherence. The film's humor is never cheap or slapstick. Instead, it arises naturally from character interactions and the tension between expectation and reality. One of the most striking sequences involves the colonel attempting to participate in a local cooking contest. His exaggerated seriousness in selecting ingredients and following a self-imposed code of conduct contrasts sharply with the casual, improvisational style of the other contestants. The scene is made richer by the careful cinematography, which captures the flour on his uniform, the frantic chopping of vegetables, and the amused reactions of the villagers. Beyond comedy, this episode reveals deeper truths about pride, vulnerability, and the human need for recognition. The colonel's obsession with perfection masks insecurities and a fear of failure, which are subtly conveyed through his gestures, hesitant glances, and fleeting moments of doubt. The supporting characters, including his aide and neighbors, serve as both foils and mirrors, highlighting his eccentricities while also demonstrating their own complex motivations. The pacing of the narrative is deliberate, allowing viewers to absorb the layers of characterization and social dynamics. Aida's interactions with the colonel are particularly rich in subtext, reflecting themes of empathy, patience, and the subtle influence of those who challenge rigid authority without overt confrontation. The mise-en-scène, from the cluttered interiors to the sunlit courtyards, reinforces the tension between order and chaos, providing a visual metaphor for the film's exploration of human behavior. Comparisons can be drawn between this film and classical comedic works, where authority figures are subjected to situations that expose their follies while eliciting both laughter and reflection. Yet Aida distinguishes itself through its nuanced treatment of character psychology, the authenticity of its dialogue, and the careful attention to cultural context. Anecdotal references from the production process reveal that many of the cast members improvised small gestures and lines, enhancing the sense of spontaneity and realism. These unscripted moments contribute to the film's charm and reinforce the delicate balance between meticulous planning and creative freedom. Ultimately, Al Coronel no Hay, Quien le fría is more than a comedic vignette. It is a study of human nature, a meditation on the interplay between authority and individuality, and a celebration of the small, often overlooked acts of courage and compassion that define our daily lives. The audience leaves with a sense of familiarity and warmth, having witnessed characters whose flaws and triumphs mirror our own, all presented with a subtle artistry that lingers long after the credits roll.